Hi, my name is Mackenzie Phelps, and I've been going to Cedar Creek for a while now. I tend to be a very busy person, saying yes to far too many things. I think that that's definitely a huge struggle in our society today. Instead of worrying about what God has for us today, we worry about what makes us look good. I have learned the last few months, sometimes the hard way, that I can't do everything. But through that and taking the spiritual gifts assessment and other tests such as Strengths Finder, which helps you realize your natural strengths and abilities. Through that, I have started a life group and seen tremendous change in young women's lives as well as my own. Through the life group, I have seen young women's lives change through the relationships that have been formed, the reading that we do together through leadership books, just books in general that help our spiritual growth as women together, and also just the accountability that we all hold for each other. Girls are just getting real with one another, sharing their weaknesses and their vulnerabilities, and just asking one another to hold one another accountable for their actions and just for their spiritual walk in general. I would say that the life group is definitely my sweet spot. It hits on many of my spiritual gifts and my strengths, such as hospitality, leadership, shepherding. My strengths would be leadership and the feeling of responsibility and including people. So all of those together, I realized that hosting a life group is where I need to be. Every time we have life group, I feel like I'm doing just what God has for me because I am using the gifts that He has given me. Seeing the fruit from every week when we meet is incredible and so uplifting and encouraging in my own faith. Every time the girls leave, I have this feeling of just contentment and like I've completed what God has given me every single week. And I always get so excited before the girls come because I just can't wait to have deep discussion and have just great conversation about the Lord and what He's doing in our lives and how He's blessing us, but also to share what we're going through so that we can encourage one another in our faith. I encourage everyone to follow that pull that they have in their heart that God has given them, because I believe everyone has that pull and that dream. Even if it seems impossible, if God has put that in your heart and in your mind, then it is possible. Just ask yourself if you're using yourself where God can use you the most. And if you're not, then I encourage you to use your gifts where you're going to be most effective. Because if you're not, then you're missing out on the blessings that God wants to shower on you and on others.